Two ways, two results. Bake it overnight and you get this beautiful crumb, or bake it the same day and you will see this crust from starter to shaping with simple turns in Little Kitchen. Stay with us, let's cook!
Hi lovely people, welcome back to Little Kitchen. Today we're making sourdough bread with a simple white flour starter. Smells nice. In earlier videos, we looked into the basics with mixed flours, but this time we will try to take a step further. Still, I will try to keep everything clear and straightforward, so your bread will turn out amazing every time. Let's start with the temperature. It is foundation of your sourdough baking. You need sometimes to focus on its changes and timing. A little thermometer will be handy. With the time, I purchased a proofing box. We love sourdough so much, and proofing box, it just gives you more control in the process. But I will try to guide you through the option which will help you to do it with the box or without. Another essential part for your successful sourdough, and it might sound basic, your starter should be on peak. And here I was making a mistake. Starter doesn't peak and collapse straight away. That's how I thought before. It actually lasts for a while, and warmer kitchen will speed it up when cooler will slow it down.
How to understand if your starter is ready? You need to catch the peak window. How to do it? First, feed your starter correctly. Take 2 to 3 grams of starter and add 100 grams of flour and 100 grams of water and mix. If the temperature of your proofing box or kitchen is 22 degrees, feed it at 8 p.m. By 10 a.m. the next morning, your starter will be at its peak. The peak window in this case will last about 2 hours.
If your kitchen is hotter, 25 degrees, then make sure you feed your starter later in the evening, let's say at 10 o'clock, and your peak time will be approximately at 7 o'clock in the morning. And be careful, your peak time window will be shorter. It will last just for 1 hour. And the last one, always go for the high quality of the flour. It's very important to have high protein content in it. My personal choice is Canadian wheat flour, and it has 14% of protein, but everything from 12% to 14% will be just fine. You can find the percent of the protein on the back side of your flour bag. My starter is active right now. It is within the peak window. Have a look. Ready to use. Perfect timing. Let's start. First step, which is called autolyze. We will mix 350 ml of water as per our recipe, 500 grams of flour. Your main goal to ensure there is no dry bits in this mixture, and the autolyze process is very important because that's when your gluten starts to develop and it just leads to better results. It will look like shaggy dough. It's absolutely normal. You don't need to put much effort into that at this stage. Autolyze stage is done. Do you know what I like about sourdough? You can have a cup of coffee, do your groceries, or even go to gym when you're making that. You're not chained to it, right? The dough looks just like this. We just mix in our starter and salt.
Please use exactly the amount of salt in this recipe, as it regulates fermentation and prevents the dough from overproofing.
Right, the next stage is bulk fermentation, and it will last for 3 hours. My dough will go into the proofing box at 25 degrees.
And the one we're making on the kitchen counter, my kitchen is about 22 degrees, covered with a shower cap.
Within these 3 hours, we will come back for 3 times every 40 minutes and perform sets of stretch and fold. See you in 40 minutes.
The process for the dough is the same in general, whether in a proofing box at 25 degrees or on the counter at 22 degrees. From the moment the salt is added, we go into 3 rounds of stretch and folds. Spray your hand so the dough is easier to handle. Pull it up and over to start from a round ball. That's round 1. Then repeat after 40 minutes and repeat again after another 40 minutes with the last one as a coil fold, if you like. After that, let the dough rest for a total of 3 hours from the moment you added salt.
3 hours are up, our bulk fermentation is done, and we are moving to the final rise stage. And also the full rise stage will last for another 2 hours. So what we will do now, it's pre-shaping stage. Simply spray your surface with water. As you can see, I do have the dough here, which was in 25 degrees in the proofer and also just in the room temperature. Pre-shaping.
The dough from 25 degrees is a bit more gentle. First form it into a rectangle, then fold each side into the middle so you end up with a longer rectangle. Roll it up into a spiral with a spatula, guide it into the round shape. No need for pressure or strong tension here. Place it back into the proofer for 20 minutes to rest.
And I will do exactly the same thing for other 2, the ones which are outside of proofing box. Do you know the dough is different from the 25 degrees temperature and 21.5, I think I have in kitchen. My thermometer is gone.
We repeat the same for both. Fold it up, then shape it around.
Right. Pre-shaping is done. I see you in 20 minutes where we will make final shaping. 20 minutes are up and now we're starting our final shaping. I prepared the panettone with rice flour. Sprinkle your surface with the rice flour.
After 20 minutes, you can observe slight bubbles. For final shaping, spread it into a rectangle, fold the bottom up to the center, fold both sides in, then fold the top down and stitching that seam closed. Now you've got a neat oval. Roll it into a spiral, sealing the seam as you go. Then build surface tension by pulling it against the counter and tucking the base under with your hands. Pats, pats, and into the basket and back into the proofer for 25 degrees. Now you're doing the same for the rest. The full rise stage is 2 hours. At the room temperature you won't notice much change. It will look about the same. But if you're using a proofer or kitchen is warmer, around 25 degrees, look at this rise you should see after 2 hours. 40 minutes before 2 hours are up, preheat the oven with a Dutch oven inside.
Our full rise stage is done. My dough, which was in the proofing box for 25 degrees, it's ready for baking. In terms of these 2 gorgeous loaves, because the temperature was lower in the kitchen, it was about 22 degrees. This will go for the slow fermentation and to the final proofing in the fridge overnight, and I will bake it in the morning. The principle is very easy. If you're working with a higher temperature, you can bake it straight away, or if the temperature is lower, the best way to keep it overnight in the fridge.
Let's start baking. Turn your loaf onto baking paper, then straight away in the Dutch oven. Same day dough isn't great for fancy scoring, so just make a simple 40-degree cut. Add some water and we will check back in 7 minutes.
7 minutes are up. Woo! It's springed well already. So we're doing extra cuts right now. You'll have more opportunity to rise, and I do add more water to create more of this lovely steam. The bread is in the oven and we will bake it at 240 degrees for 35 minutes. Then we will drop temperature to 230 degrees and we will bake it for another 10 minutes uncovered. The time is up. I think it's absolutely amazing. Have a look. Let's cut it.
Just look at this beautiful fluffy texture.
But overall, I feel it's success. It could do with another 10 to 15 minutes of proofing on 26 degrees, but we'll live and learn. And tomorrow I will bake ones in the fridge and also will add to this video. Hi, today is second day of our sourdough baking, and today we will bake our dough, which was proofing overnight in the fridge. So I promised that we will bake it in the morning. However, I didn't have a chance, and it's actually 8 o'clock in the evening, and we will do it now. So first of all, turn your loaf on your paper.
Here you can see the loaf holds its shape perfectly. Dust with rice flour, be creative with the scoring, but don't forget your main cut. Add hot water and bake as before. After 7 minutes, make an extra score and little more of water and continue baking.
The time is up. I'm very excited. Look at this beautiful loaf.
I love this open crumb and also my baton shape one, which I will bake just with one simple cut.
Oh, look at this too. My mom is always saying, don't cut or eat hot bread. Let's see what we got. This is absolutely beautiful. Look, this is absolutely different one. Thank you for watching Little Kitchen. Please let me know how your sourdough turned out. Also, please feel free to ask any questions and we will make sure we respond to all of them. Don't forget to subscribe and see you next time. Bye!